Hey everyone, SoFi's stock price has been volatile of late, and unfortunately for SoFi stock investors, it's been moving in the wrong direction. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, I upgraded SoFi stock to a buy, given its robust earnings prospects for the next couple of years. So in this video, what I'm going to do is update my SoFi stock price prediction for 2024, given the myriad of changes that's happened since my previous forecast for where I thought SoFi stock price would be by the end of this year. So I'll incorporate all the new information that's come in since then and update my recommendation for SoFi stock price in 2024. So let's jump right into it.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
Alright, so to make this SoFi stock price prediction for 2024, I'm going to need several numbers to make the prediction to incorporate into my analysis. One of the numbers I'm going to need is SoFi's forward price to earnings ratio, which is currently at 25.22. I also need SoFi's current stock price, which is at $6.97. I mentioned it's been on a downtrend of late, and I recommended the stock as a buy a couple of weeks ago. I've had SoFi stock rated as a hold for something like 2 years, and I only recently upgraded it to a buy because of SoFi's management excellent progress on profitability. It became profitable just in the fourth quarter, its most recently completed quarter, and management is giving rosy predictions for where earnings per share will go over the next few years, and I'll share them with you in this video as well. I also need SoFi's earnings per share estimate for 2025. So when I'm making a stock price prediction in 2024 using the forward price to earnings ratio, I need the earnings per share in 2025 to make the price prediction in 2024 because I'm using the forward PE ratio. I hope that makes sense. Now, I want to share with you also what's going on lately with SoFi. So, in its latest investor report, the company said that its full year GAAP net income in 2024 will come in and earnings per share will be about 7 cents to 8 cents for 2024. Looking beyond 2024, management expects 20 to 25% compound revenue growth between 2023 and 2026. That's expected to drive between 55 cents and 80 cents in GAAP earnings per share for 2026. And beyond 2026, they expect 20 to 25% earnings per share growth per year beyond 2026. Now, these are robust earnings per share forecasts, right? You see earnings per share growing from roughly 8 cents per share in 2024 all the way up to possibly 80 cents per share in 2026. So potential 10x growth in earnings per share in 2 years, and then 20 to 25% earnings per share beyond that. So management is extremely enthusiastic about and optimistic about its earnings per share forecast for the next several years. So if we incorporate all of that into my stock price prediction model, here's what we get. If SoFi indeed is on pace to deliver 25 cents in earnings per share in 2025, and the price to earnings ratio remains the same at 25.22, then SoFi stock price could end the year at $6.31, which if you were paying attention, you will have noticed that would mean that the stock price goes almost nowhere or downward, right? SoFi's current stock price is $6.97. So if all else stays the same, SoFi's stock price is going to move down to $6.31. So something needs to change in order for SoFi stock price to increase in 2024. Now, one thing I will highlight is SoFi's earnings per share expectations have been improving. Now, this Yahoo Finance number I shared with you is from a collection of Wall Street analysts that are following SoFi stock. And you'll notice their earnings per share forecast for SoFi for 2025 has been increasing. If you look at it 90 days ago, they were thinking SoFi is going to deliver 21 cents in earnings per share. 60 days ago, they thought 22 cents. 30 days ago was when they upgraded it to 25 cents. So in 3 months' time, the earnings per share has been increased from 21 cents to 25 cents, the estimate for 2025. I wouldn't be surprised if these estimates continue moving higher as the year progresses. As the year progresses, I wouldn't be surprised if the earnings per share moves higher. Also, you could see SoFi's forward price to earnings ratio is on the lower end of where it's been over the last, I want to say, 1 year's time. So I also wouldn't be surprised if SoFi's earnings per share moves higher as the year progresses if SoFi continues to make progress on its earnings per share expectations. Remember, these earnings per share expectations that management provided in its latest quarter are just expectations. They're just forecasts. So management is giving this forecast to Wall Street investors, and it appears that Wall Street investors are skeptical of these forecasts. They're looking at these numbers and saying, these look too optimistic. We're not sure if you're going to achieve these targets. And so there's a lot of uncertainty incorporated into SoFi stock's valuation right now. Because remember, they only just achieved profitability on the bottom line in the latest quarter. Just 1 quarter of profitability on the bottom line over the last several years. And now you're forecasting to Wall Street that your profits are going to grow by this much over the next several years after just 1 quarter of profitability. That's what Wall Street is a bit skeptical about and valuing a bit of uncertainty into that estimate. So as the year goes forward, when or if SoFi makes these expectations more probable. So with each quarter that goes by and SoFi meets a milestone, it makes achieving these targets more likely. And so the valuation will start to incorporate the higher probability of success on these metrics. So as they go forward, if they hit the milestones, Wall Street will start to incorporate an increase in probability of hitting these metrics. The opposite is also true. If they move forward and it becomes increasingly unlikely that they're going to hit these metrics, that's going to start to get priced into the valuation as well. So it's a two-way street here. If SoFi moves forward and makes progress on these metrics, then the valuation will incorporate that and vice versa. If they move forward and they make progress on those metrics, I suspect the forward PE will increase. It could increase to 30, which would then mean the stock price increases to $7.50, which would be a modest increase from where it is now, $6.97. If the valuation, however, decreases, if they move forward and it looks unlikely that they're going to hit those metrics, the PE forward could fall to 20 and the stock price could fall to $5 per share. And in the worst case scenario I have modeled here, where SoFi does not make progress on those profit metrics, the forward PE could fall to 17 and the stock price could fall to $4.25, a scenario which I admittedly say is unlikely. This is the least likely scenario out of all the ones I have modeled here. So to update my stock price prediction, in this video I did 2 months ago, I had forecast SoFi stock price by the end of 2024 could be somewhere between $11 per share and $13 per share. At the time, SoFi's stock price was much higher than where it is now. So the stock price has moved in the opposite direction. So I'm updating that recommendation in this video. I'm suggesting that SoFi's stock price will end 2024 somewhere between $7.50 per share to $9 per share, between $7.50 and $9 per share. And that would be a nice increase from where SoFi stock is trading at today. And I'll just remind you, I have recently upgraded SoFi stock to a buy in my opinion. I like the prospects for SoFi. I like the risk versus reward going forward. And so that's why I upgraded SoFi stock to a buy. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.